I would say Happy May, but it is not a Happy May because EN is getting the second battle map event, and you guys know I hate those. Also, I pre-wrote some of the script thinking it was gonna be a chill month. I'm glad I didn't record the previous version of the script, but I'm still a little angry. So we have some pretty big meta changes this month, thanks to Divas getting a card. The all cards max HP average is now 10,142.7, and max attack average is 5,270.7. This is about a 30 point and 20 point increase respectively, so not the worst, but when I mean there's a lot of changes, I mean in my tier lists. As per usual, here's how I rank my cards and make my tier lists. S-rank cards are mono-element cards who are ready to go right off the bat. A-rank cards have the potential to be mono-element units. B-rank cards have one element advantage over the enemy, but for their other spell, it's either the same spell as the enemy or void. There's no disadvantage. C-rank cards are one of two things. For R and SR cards, they're enemy void, enemy, or void. There's no disadvantages, but there's no advantage. For SR cards, it's those same spells that I just listed for R and SR, or it's advantage, disadvantage, but the spell 3 is viable and not another disadvantage. D-rank cards have one element disadvantage as a default, and then either the same element as enemies or void, but their spell 3 is viable. F-rank cards have advantage, disadvantage, and you cannot rely on spell 3 to make this work better for exams. X-rank cards are the same as enemy or void, and then a disadvantage. And finally, if you see a dash, that means this card is just not viable at all for that exam, and there's nothing you can do to make it a better fit. These are cards that I think should not make the team period. For my exams tier lists, I don't include D through dash ranked cards, but I do talk about card ranking in my card analyses segments, so it's something you should know. So yeah, let's talk about tier lists starting with Flora. My general tier list is the same from last month, but the S and A rank only tier list has changed. For the HP section, Mermaid Fin Floyd has come into the list at number 8, and then for attack he's number 2. The Fire exams tier list has also changed. The HP side is the same, but over in attack, Crewel comes in at number 1, knocking everyone else down 1 rank. Thankfully though, the S and A rank tier lists have no changes this month. Like Fire, the Water exam tier list also has some changes. Again, just like the last one, Crewel comes into the attack section at number 1. He doesn't rank for HP though, so that's the same, as is the S and A rank only tier list. The R card tier list is still the same as it was last month, same with the SR tier list. But, as I'm sure a lot of you could have guessed, we do have changes with the SSR tier list. HP is untouched, but for attack, Divas comes into the list at number 1. What can I say? He has an insanely high attack stat. So, let's talk about the schedule this month. In early May, we have Platinum Jacket Epel, Mermaid Fin Jade, and Mermaid Fin Floyd. The middle of the month is Platinum Jacket Silver, and finally, at the end of the month, is Rich Fur Coat Crewel. Epel is an SSR defense unit. His max HP is 15,366, and his max attack is 4,600. So Epel's HP is way above the all cards and SSR averages, but his HP is far below, as it usually is with this sort of thing. His spell 1 is Aqua Wave, his spell 2 is Leaf Shot 2 and later Force Strike 2, and his spell 3 is Void Shot 2. When it comes to exams, I'd give this card a D for Flora exams, C for Fire, and B for Water. For skills, he's got Water Damage Cut, Power Boost, and Damage Cut. On spell 1 at level 1, he has a minor water damage cut to foes for 1 turn, at level 5 it's modest, and at level 10 it maxes out at major. On spell 3 at level 5, he gets a power boost to caster for 1 turn, and at level 10 he gets a minor damage cut to foes for 1 turn. His dual magic partner is Kate, who gives him modest HP boosts. His other buddies are Malleus with a minor HP boost, and Riddle, who gives him minor power boost. In order to groovy Epel, you'll need to get him to power level 40 and mini at level 3. Grooving costs 5 apple candy. As for uncapping, he'll need 0 to 12 SSR Awakening perfumes. Each uncap costs 3 perfumes, so it depends on how many copies of him you end up getting. Each spell needs 351 notepads, 253 textbooks, 111 grimoires, and 318,000 thou marks. Spell 1 needs these in blue items, spell 2 needs green, and spell 3 needs gray. In total, that's going to cost 954,000 thou marks. I would prioritize building his spell 1 because of the water damage cut. If you're doing exams, that's going to be really nice to have on hand. And if you have Halloween Kate, I feel like spell 2 would also be a great option to, focus on building, since they'll be pretty good together in water exams. So while it's not impossible to find a similar unit to this Epel, he's the only one so far I think that has water damage cut, so that can't be duped. At least he's the only one listed on my spreadsheet as having it, but anyways. If you want to have an alternative unit to this Epel, my suggestions are Dorm Uniform Trey, Silk Adorned Vil, Assume Sitter Floyd, and PE Uniform Ace. This Epel is going to be really useful for water exams. That specific damage cut is going to make enemies hit less hard, which is always a great thing in my opinion. That's really my favorite thing about this card and the only thing that really stands out to me. Jade is an SSR defense unit. His max HP is 13,899 and his max attack is 5,228. Jade's HP is way above the all cards and SSR averages. His attack is below the SSR average, but it's basically at the all cards average, so I wouldn't say it's like that bad. His spell 1 is Aqua Wave, his spell 2 is Voice Shot 2 and After Some Building Zero Ray 2, and his spell 3 is Water Shot 2. When it comes to exams, I give this card an X for floor exams, A for fire, and C for water. For skills, he's got Power Drain and Damage Cut. On spell 1 at level 1, he has a tiny Power Drain on foes for 1 turn. At level 5, it's minor, and at level 10, it maxes out at a minor Power Drain on foes for 2 turns. Yeah, I don't get it either, but yay, it's for 2 turns? On spell 3, he starts with a minor damage cut to foe for 1 turn. At level 5, it's modest, and at level 10, it's major. So this card unfortunately doesn't have a vignette. We got furniture. You unlock each recipe with each vignette level. Level 1 is one of those face cutout things you see at theme parks and carnivals. Level 2 is a themed frame, and level 3 is this thing. So fun and useless fact, on JP they literally call this item a vignette, which on one hand LOL because of EN, but on the other hand that name is awful, like what is that supposed to mean? I straight up did not know what that was supposed to be until I looked at the wiki to double check that I had translated his spell 1 right. The 2 turns thing got me nervous at the club, and then I decided to look at his furniture and then saw what it actually was and was like, really? But anyways, the name vignette is terrible. Whoever on the wiki decided to rename it to Jade's Submarine Volcano Vignette is 1,000,000% correct, and their name is far, far better than just Vignette. His duo magic partner is Kaleem, who gives him a minor HP and power boost. His other buddies are Rook and Trey, both with a minor HP boost. In order to groovy Jade, you'll need to get him to power level 40 and Vignette level 3. Grooving costs 5 dorsal fin candy. As for uncapping, he'll need 0 to 12 SSR Awakening perfumes. Each spell needs 351 notepads, 253 textbooks, 111 grimoires, and 318,000 thou marks. Spell 1 needs these in blue items, spell 2 needs white, and spell 3 needs blue. In total, that's going to cost 954,000 thou marks. Because he can be mono water, it means you're using twice as many blue items, so keep in mind that you're going to want to stockpile those in preparation of Jade, should you want to fully max him out on day 1, of course. When it comes to what spell to prioritize, I don't have anything to say really. I don't think one would be better than the other, so build whatever you want first. So let's talk about alternative units to this Jade. My suggestions are Dorm Uniform Kaleem, Silkadorn Jamil, Labor Epel, and Tropical Wear Azul. And also for a rare special mention, if you need someone with a Kaleem duo magic and Rook as a buddy, Gallicator Leona is decent and he almost made the list. His spells are what stopped me from putting him in the list though, but in the off chance you're mostly looking for someone for a Kaleem and Rook team, you may want to consider that Leona. Although his skills and stats aren't super exciting for me, we do love a good mono water unit. And also Jade's my favorite from Octave and L, so there's that too. But yeah, I don't have many thoughts on this Jade other than Tweel enjoyers. Good fucking luck, man. I am so sorry they did this to you. Floyd is an SSR attack unit. His max HP is 9,836 and his max attack is 7,073. Floyd's HP is just below the all cards average, but it's not by a significant amount. His attack, though, is way above average, both for that and the SSR average. His spell 1 is Flame Blast, his spell 2 is Water Shot 2 and later Aqua Wave 2, and his spell 3 is Fire Shot 2. When it comes to exams, I give this card an A for floor exams, B for fire, and X for water. For skills, he's got Curse and Damage Boost twice. The Damage Boost is twice, he doesn't have Curse twice, although that would have been nice. On spell 1 at level 1, he has a modest Curse on foes for 2 turns. At level 5, it's major, and he gets a minor damage boost to cast it for 1 turn. There's nothing on his level 10. On spell 3, he starts out with a minor damage boost to cast it for 1 turn. At level 5, it's modest, and at level 10, it's major. So like Jade's card, and all the other Chapter 7 cards, Floyd has furniture instead of a personal story. Each recipe unlocked with each vignette level you reach. Level 1 is a wooden face hole cutout of him. No, I do not care to learn what the technical term for that carnival thing is. Level 2 is a themed frame, and level 3, which the game very unhelpfully just calls a vignette, is a little seafloor section. Literally, I would not know what the hell this was if not for the wiki.gg wiki, because JP decided to be vague and I don't have these cards, so it's not like I can look. This really annoys me. This annoys me so much. Anyways, JP annoys me with this. Why would you call it that? Why would you just not be more descriptive anyway? Fuck everyone else. I respect the wiki.gg and only them. Anyways, his dual magic partner is Azul, who gives him a modest HP boost. His other buddies are Vil and Ruggy, who give him a minor power boost. So let's switch gears and talk about building this card. In order to Groovy Floyd, you'll need to get him to power level 40 and Vignette level 3. Grooving costs 5 Tailfin candy. As for uncapping, he'll need 0 to 12 SSR Awakening perfumes. Each uncap costs 3 perfume. Each spell needs 351 notepads, 253 textbooks, 111 grimoires, and 318,000 thou marks. Spell 1 needs these in red items, spell 2 needs blue, and spell 3 needs red. In total, that's going to cost 954,000 thou marks. Like Jade, he's going to need one item more than another, and in this case, Floyd's going to need twice the amount of red items as blue. But when it comes to building, I would personally build spell 1 first since it has curse, and also, it's going to be easier to build than spell 3. When it comes to replacement units for this Floyd, I'd suggest New Year's Ruggy, Basketball Jersey Jamil, Playful Attire Floyd, and Gallicator Jack. I love that this Floyd has curse, he can be mono fire, and that he's pretty strong. Does he rank? No, but he's still up there when it comes to strength, and that should be taken into consideration. But like his brother, I don't have a lot to say about him other than he's very solid. Silver is an SSR balance unit. His max HP is 11,317, and his max attack is 6,368. Silver's stats aren't like right on the averages, but they're in the same neighborhood. His HP is below and his attack is above though if we want to get specific. His spell 1 is Flame Blast and later Flame Blast 2, his spell 2 is Leash Shot 2 and then Force Strike 2, and his spell 3 is Void Shot 2. When it comes to exams, I'd give this card a B for floor exams, D for fire, and C for water. For skills, he's got damage boost. He has no skills on spell 1 because that spell hits twice. On spell 3, he starts out with a tiny damage boost to allies for 1 turn. At level 5 it's minor, and at level 10 it's modest. His dual magic partner is Azul, who gives him minor power boost. His other buddies are Floyd and Ace, who give him a minor HP boost. In order to Groovy Silver, you'll need to get him to power level 40 and Vignette level 3. Grooving costs 5 Sword Candy. You will need 0 to 12 SSR Awakening perfumes in order to fully uncap him. Each spell needs 351 notepads, 253 textbooks, 111 grimoires, and 318,000 thou marks. Spell 1 needs these in red items, spell 2 needs green, and spell 3 needs gray. In total, that's going to cost 954,000 thou marks. When it comes to what to prioritize for building, I would go with spell 1 personally because that spell hits twice, and not to mention, it's less of an investment than spell 3. And for better payoff. I'm sorry, starting off with tiny, I don't know, when anything starts off as tiny, and there's only, one skill for spell 3, I'm like, really? Really, though? I know that, leveling up the spells makes them stronger, so you are making him hit harder, but it's just, I don't know, man, I don't like it. I do not like it. So when it comes to alternative units for the silver, my suggestions are Birthday Boy Kaleem, Lux Couture Vil, Loudware Jamil, and School Uniform Deuce. I love silver, but admittedly nothing is really standing out to me about this card. Is he solid? Yeah, but there's nothing about him that I think is, super noteworthy. Crewel is an SSR attack unit. His max HP is 9,991, and his max attack is 8,057. After hearing all the meta changes, I'm sure no one is surprised to hear he has the highest attack stat in game. He is stupidly strong, and thankfully his HP is actually not that bad. While yeah, it's way under the SSR average because of attack, it's at the all cards average basically. I don't think that's bad, all things considered. His spell 1 is Aqua Wave for levels 1 through 9, and at level 10 it turns into Aqua Wave 2. His spell 2 is Leash Shot 2 and later Force Strike 2, and his spell 3 is Fire Shot 2. How useful is this card going to be in exams? Here's my rankings. For floor exams, I give this card a D, C for fire, and D for water. For skills, he's got crit chance, and he's the second unit in-game to have this skill. Because he has a spell 1 that hits twice, he has no skills on spell 1. On spell 3, he starts out with nothing, which infuriates me. Not only do you have to unlock his spell 3, but you have to build it to get anything at all. At level 5, he gets a modest crit chance to allies for 1 turn, and at level 10, it's for 3 turns. His dual magic partner is Crowley, who gives him minor HP and power boost. His other buddies are Rook and Silver, both with a minor HP boost. In order to Groovy Cruel, you'll need to get him to power level 40 and Vignette level 3. Groovying will cost 5 dog candy. You can either get these in the same shop section as the other Groovy candy, or you can earn it in the Arcane Combat Drill 2 event. As for uncapping, he'll need 0 to 12 SSR Awakening perfumes. Each uncap costs 3 perfume, so the more copies you pull, you'll be using 3 less perfume. Each spell needs 351 notepads, 253 textbooks, 111 grimoires, and 318,000 thou marks. Spell 1 needs these in blue items, spell 2 needs green, and spell 3 will need red items. In total, that's what it costs 954,000 thou marks. I would personally prioritize spell 1 over spell 3 for some reasons I'll get into at the end of this segment. Let's talk about alternate units in case Crewel decides not to come home, or if you want someone similar. My suggestions would be Dorm Uniform Sebek, Dorm Uniform Malleus, Ceremonial Robes Jack, and School Uniform Rook. As you all know, I am a natural-born hater and a petty bitch. I like that Crewel has crit chance. It's a very good skill and it's very rare, but I hate that you have to put a load of work into it to get it. Like, compare him to Dorm Malleus. While yes, you do have to build Malleus to get it, he has it available on spell 1 at level 5. It's an investment, but it's not as big as Crewel's is. And Malleus is standard, which feels like another personal slight. Crewel's card is good, don't get me wrong, but he's definitely a card that requires a little more work than others. Whether that's worth it to you or not is up to you. And that's it for the month. I am so swamped with the Malayu video essay right now, and I'm gonna get more swamped with the battle map guide since I haven't written it yet. This month is definitely gonna be busy for me. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the battle map event stream though. I can't drink that much again, so I'll have to figure something else out. Before we go, I'd like to give a quick thank you to my ladyfingers in waiting who support me and allow me to continue to do this. A big thank you and telepathic snacky treat to Meechgal2189, Visa, Omimi, Eel, Annette, Richter32, Yosada Kiseki, Ukaku, Yungumo, Crabjail, Lady Lunarine, and Farah Foe. Thank you guys. And if you've gotten this far, thank you too. I hope to see you some other time, and yeah, goodbye every pony.